Hi there, my name's Karen. Thank you so much for coming across my channel today. Today we are going to be practicing a really grounding flow. It's the perfect flow to come to if you feel that you've been a little static for too long, you've not moved your body very much, or it might be that you've got lots going up in the mind and you just need to forget about it for a moment. This is the practice that you can come to and just forget all of those inner dialogues, all those little thoughts and worries that niggle us, and just return to your mat and return back to yourself. So let's get straight into it by stepping to the top of the mat, by gazing down towards your feet, and then really anchoring down through the toes, rooting into the earth. Feel the front of your thighs lift up, feel the front of your body lift up, and then just a little rotation through the shoulders. Ensure that you're tucking your tailbone down slightly so that you feel nice and rooted here, pointing your fingers down in Tadasana. And as you point those fingers down, just beginning to really re-establish your roots of the Muladhara chakra. So we're going to be working deep into our legs. And maybe you associate a feeling, a sensation with being rooted here. Maybe you see the deep russet red of Muladhara chakra moving through your feet as you practice this flow. Maybe you feel that color coming in through the particles on your breath to keep you grounded. On your next inhalation, sinking your bottom back into Utkatasana, just pulling the core in, just making sure that you're not tilting the pelvis too much, just rooting into your earth. And then exhaling, folding down into the earth. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands to the ground and step back into your first downward facing dog. As you plant down into your downward facing dog, anchoring into the hands, anchoring into the feet. Don't worry if your heels are a little slightly away from the mat. It's not important to yoga or to you or how it affects the way you feel your practice. Just be in the feeling of it. We want to cultivate this feeling of grounding today. On your next inhalation, your right leg is going to reach all the way up to the sky. And then step that right foot forward. If you find that it gets a little stuck halfway, you can take the same hand to that ankle or foot and just draw it along yourself. And then we lower that left knee down to the floor. We sweep our arms up to the sky as we inhale. And as we exhale, interlace your hands on this thigh and then just gently push your thigh forward, releasing into your hip flexor. Using this time to really find some space at the front of that left thigh. And then from here, slowly release your hands down to the earth. Let's step it back to your downward facing dog. Take each downward dog as your opportunity, your moment to anchor yourself back to the present. And thinking just that you are here now to focus on your body and moving it in such a way that allows you to escape that inner dialogue from the mind. Take your left leg all the way up to the ceiling and then step that left foot forward between your hands. Lower the right knee down to the floor. Let your arms fly up to the sky as you inhale. And then exhale, interlace your hands on your knee, just gently pressing your hips forward, feeling that beautiful release through your hip flexors. If you start to notice that the back is a little twingy here, come out of it a little and tuck the tailbone, squeeze your thighs. So just know how it feels in your body. So we're really present to all that we are as we practice yoga. Sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale your hands to the mat. Tucking your back toes, coming forward into a forward fold. From here, sweep your arms up and wide to the sky. And then bring yourself back into prayer. Okay, we're going to take it a little quicker, just so we can build up a little bit of heat into the body. So, feet together, sweeping your arms up to the sky, sinking down, Utkatasana, really ground yourself here. One more breath in that position. And then fold your way down into the earth. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, bend the knees, stepping back into your plank. In your plank, really squeeze the legs together, push the heels back, pull the core in, pushing down into the earth so you feel this rooted sensation. And then we lower the knees to the floor, melt the thighs, the chest, and the chin all the way down. Rising as you inhale, cobra pose. Send yourself back into a child's pose, easing back for a moment. Feel the ground underneath you, get acquainted with it. Feel yourself just melt into it. And then on your inhalation, dropping the chin towards the chest, start to roll to the top of a cat stretch. Melt the thighs forward, lift your heart up. Exhale, take yourself back in the same direction. Hips towards heels, child's pose. Rolling up, dropping the chin down towards the chest, melting the thighs forward as you lift up. That's so beautiful. And then let's ease our way back down into child's pose. This time, we're going to stay here for one more breath. And then coming up into a downward facing dog. Take a moment to regroup, to reground in your downward dog. Take your right leg all the way up to the sky. Step your right foot forward between the hands. Turn your left toes and raise your arms up. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Open yourself up into Warrior 2, sinking deep down into it, gazing over your fingertips, holding here. And then spiral your hands down towards the mat, step it back, downward facing dog. Couple of breaths to reground, to regroup. We're going to do those movements again to almost to an upward facing dog, but I want you to come from it from a downward dog. But if you don't like that sensation, return back to your knees, come to child's pose. So from here, we're going to inhale, rock forward, lifting up, upward dog. Legs are really active. Exhale, take it back, downward dog. Inhaling, rocking forward, upward dog. Exhale, ease it back, downward dog. One more time, rocking forward, upward facing dog. And then exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg sweeps to the sky. Step it forward at the top of your mat. We turn out the right toes. We anchor into the feet as our hips remain forward into our Virabhadrasana 1. Hold here, bending into that knee. Open yourself out, Warrior 2, sinking deeper into your hips now. And then spiral your hands down to the mat. Step your right foot in, come to a forward fold. From here, sink back to Utkatasana, into that chair. And then pushing into your feet, coming to stand all the way up. And then release your hands into prayer at your heart. Okay, we're going to start to move around to the back of the mat. Nothing that we're going to do is too complicated, so we're just replicating what we did at the front. So if you can't see me, if you're facing away from your television or whatever you're watching me on, do not worry. I will try and make my voice nice and clear so you can follow along. Okay, feet together. Sink it down into your Utkatasana. Exhale, fold to the floor. Inhale to a flat back. And then exhale, step back with your right leg and lower your right knee down to the floor. So we're back to a low lunge. Sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, interlace your hands. Press your hips forward as you feel that space opening up. Breathe into it. Just feel like you're breathing into your ground. Now, back out just a little, tuck your right toes, and then power through that back leg. If you need to put your hands to the floor, please do. Sweep your arms up, high lunge. Exhale, open up, turning out the right toes as you sink down into Warrior 2, holding that position, going maybe a little deeper if you can. And then from here, just start to turn to the long right-hand side of your mat. Take your arms up and then fold yourself down into the earth. Folding all the way down, holding onto your ankles, just looking towards the feet now as you go maybe a little deeper into this posture. You can release whatever it feels like you might have been holding. Whether you have been seated for quite a long time, that can sometimes be a lot of stagnant energy that we need to release. Now bring your hands towards the hips, push down into the feet. Feel yourself rising all the way back up. And then turning your right toes to the front of the mat. Left foot is just going to come out to the side a little. Expand into your warrior two, sinking deep down into it. Facing the back of the room now. And then can you turn your body so that you're going to lift that left heel away from the floor, find yourself in a high lunge, and then exhale, release your hands down towards the floor or towards your thigh and find that low lunge. So your left leg is back, your hands are on that right knee as you lift up here. Breathing in, breathing out. From here, we're going to tuck those toes, power through that back leg, raise yourself up into a high lunge. And then let's take our hands, we're going to sweep both of the hands all the way to the long left-hand side of the mat, back the way we came, all the way up to the front to that high lunge. Release your hands to the floor. Step your right foot in, come to a forward fold. And then inhale to Utkatasana again, sinking deep down, really rooting down into your earth here. Folding forward as you let go of the breath. Stepping back with your left leg. Gently lower that left knee to the floor. Sweep your arms up to the sky, high lunge. Exhale and interlace these hands on your right thigh. Press your hips forward. Just feel that beautiful release. Options to come out of it if it's twinging in your back. Okay, now from here, ease out just a little. Keep those left toes tucked. Power through the back leg. Reach your arms up into your high lunge. Hold here. Feel that connection to strength in your body. Turn out the left toes. Sink down into your warrior two now. Really expanding here from your heart space. Sink deep down into those hips. Amazing. And then sweep both of your arms up to the sky. We're turning to the long left-hand side of the mat now. Take your arms up to the sky and then fold yourself down into the earth here. And again, just allowing, giving yourself permission to let go of anything that feels stagnant or unwanted in your body, in your mind. Really sigh the breath out as you fold forward. And then can you bring your hands towards your hips? Push down into your feet and come all the way back up to standing. Well done. And then from here, you're going to turn those left toes to face the front of the mat. Your right toes ease out just a little. And then we're going to ease out into our warrior two, sinking deep into that position, expanding here from your heart, from your chest. Hold that, gazing towards those left fingertips. Now we start to sweep our arms towards the back of the room. So we pivot on that right foot, lifting the heel, raising yourself up here, high lunge. And then can you lower that knee towards the ground? If you need to use your hands to support you, if you need to have blocks, then please do. Sink a little deeper into that hip flexor stretch. Pausing for a few moments here. Perhaps feeling a little warmer as we move through this sequence. And then from here, can you take your arms up to the sky once again, tuck your back toes, lift up, and then we sweep both of our arms to the long right-hand side of the mat, turning back to the front again, reaching your arms up, exhaling your hand to the ground, stepping your back foot in, coming into a forward fold. Now from this position, sweep your arms up and wide to the sky. Hands back through prayer. Just allow yourself to ground, to root, to feel. Feeling the warmth, feeling the breath, maybe slightly raised, a little harder to breathe. Can you return back to that peaceful, grounded state of being? We have one more round of that where we're going to add some little extras on. Nothing too crazy, so don't worry. We're going to sink down into Utkatasana chair pose. Fold yourself down into the floor. And then as you inhale, step that right leg all the way back just as before. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky, low lunge. Exhale, hands to that left knee, sinking those hips a little more deeply into that position. Feel that release. And then we back out slightly as we tuck our right toes, power through that back leg, high lunge, turning the right toes as we sink into warrior two. Make it nice and deep as you go into that warrior two. And then from here, turning your left toes so that they come parallel. We're turning to the long right-hand side of the mat. I'm just going to ease my body back so I don't headbutt the wall. I'm going to keep my arms out nice and long and come into a flat back position now in this wide leg forward fold. Now, from here, I'm going to look towards my left toes, turn them out slightly, bend that left knee and drop into Skandasana, flexing my right foot as I lean my body over. If you need to put your hands to the floor, that's totally fine. Then use the power in your legs to go all the way to the other side, bending into your right knee, sinking down here, flexing those left toes. Now, from here, bring your hands to the earth, turn towards the back of the room so that your right foot is forward, and your left knee is going to come down to the floor, low lunge, facing the back of the room again. Sweep your arms up to the sky. Interlace your hands on that knee and then just press it forward into your low lunge. Now, ease out of it, sweep your arms up, tuck the back toes, power through that leg, hold your high lunge. Sweeping both of your arms to the long left-hand side of the mat, come all the way back to the top. And then release your hands to the floor. Step your right foot in, come into a forward fold. And then sink back, Utkatasana, chair pose. Pull the core in as you sink back nice and deeply. Release your hands down to the floor. Stepping all the way back now with that left leg. Lowering your left knee to the floor. Sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, interlace your hands on that knee. Press your hips forward. Just feel that release. Easing through the back of the legs, easing through the hip flexors. Easing out of this position now, lifting up through the torso, tuck the back toes, power through that leg. Hold here for a moment so you can really test your strength. And then turning the left toes out, sinking down into the warrior two. Your legs might be getting a little bit tired now. Last round, I promise. And then from here, turning the toes to the long right-hand side of the mat. Keep your arms out wide as you fold forward. Oh, we're not going all the way, actually. I just realized that. Don't go all the way. Okay, perfect. We're now going to turn out the right toes, bend into that right knee, maybe flexing those toes up into this Skandasana position. Please bring the hands to the ground if you do feel a little unsafe. Travel over to the other side. Holding here, lengthening out as much as you can, or fingertips to the ground. Turn your body now to the back of the mat. Lower your right knee down to the earth, low lunge. Sweep your arms up high, high lunge, not quite high lunge, high arms I mean. Interlace your hands on the knee, press your hips forward. Breathe in, breathe out. From here, tuck the back toes, power through that leg, holding yourself up here. Sweeping your arms to the long right-hand side of the mat, come all the way back to the front. Sweep your arms up and then release your hands down to the floor. Lower that left knee. Take your right leg all the way back and then sit back on your heels. Bring your hands to your thighs. Roll the shoulders back. And just feel the solidity of your legs. Feel that ground underneath you. Just feel like you're connecting to your earth. Okay, from here, I'd like for you to turn your palms towards the sky. And as you sit here, just feel like you've created this protective circle of energy around your body today. Around you as you sit here on your mat. And then imagine that protective circle just holding this golden energy in your palms here. And as you inhale, we let that energy rise up. And then turn your palms like you're pressing it back down in towards yourself. Draw the elbows in and then take your arms out wide, expanding that beautiful energy from out, from your center, and then slowly bring those palms towards the back of your body, and then fold yourself gently down towards the earth and reach your arms out long in front of you, dropping your chin towards the chest. And just feel like you're surrendering now into the solidity of the earth, into this connection of you and your body, nothing else. And then from here, we're going to ease our way out of that position and just come to sit for a moment, to sit in whatever energy you've created through that practice. Feel free to come and rest in Shavasana if that's what your body needs. Or just staying in the seated position, rooting into the earth, just connecting to your ground. Let's bring one hand to our heart, let the other rest on top, and we will finish with one deep releasing breath. Inhale, and then let it go. Bowing your head in thanks and appreciation, firstly to yourself, to the physical layer of your body, the strength in your legs, and for you carving out the time to honor those energies today. Honor the energies of your ground, of your physicality, of your presence. And then bowing just a little deeper for this beautiful practice of yoga that always allows us to come home. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed that practice. It's one of my favorite ways to get grounded, to get more at ease in my body. So I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if there's anything you would like to practice with me, any classes you'd like me to create. I'm more than happy to do that. So just let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.